Recycling plastic bottles for orchid growing. An eco-friendly guide. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm excited to share a sustainable method of growing orchids using recycled plastic bottles. If you're passionate about orchids but find it challenging to make them bloom, this tip is just for you. Not only will this method save you money, but it will also help protect the environment. Why recycle plastic bottles for orchid growing? Plastic is one of the most polluting materials, and plastic bottles are among the most commonly used items. By recycling them, you're not only reducing waste but also creating useful tools for everyday life. Growing orchids in recycled plastic bottles is a way to contribute to environmental protection while saving money and creating a small, ideal ecosystem for your plants to thrive. Step 1. Preparing the orchid and recycling the plastic bottle. To start, gently remove the orchid from its old pot, especially if it's outgrown the container or if the potting medium is no longer ideal. This step gives the plant a fresh chance to grow and encourages blooming in a new container. Next, let's recycle the plastic bottle to make a pot for the orchid. Choose a plastic bottle of a suitable size for your plant. Cut the bottle, using the bottom half as a base, and punch a few small drainage holes at the bottom so that water can drain out when you water the orchid. Planting the orchid in a recycled plastic pot. With a bottle pot ready, the next step is to repot your orchid. First, prepare some sterilized bark. Bark is a popular growing medium for orchids because it retains moisture without causing waterlogging, which helps roots grow well without risk of rotting. Place a layer of bark at the bottom of the plastic pot, then position the orchid roots inside and continue filling the pot with bark until the roots are covered. This bark layer will maintain adequate moisture for the orchid while allowing good airflow to the roots. Watering and fertilizing orchids in recycled pots. One of the biggest advantages of using a recycled plastic pot is the ease of managing water levels. Fill the pot with just enough water so that it touches the bottom of the pot. This way the plant absorbs moisture from below without risk of waterlogging. With this method, you won't need to water as often, yet the orchid will still retain proper moisture. Additionally, to keep your orchid thriving and blooming, spray it with a foliar fertilizer once a week. Organic fertilizers work well because they're safe and encourage healthy growth, strengthening the plant against pests and diseases. And don't forget to check out other videos on my channel for tips on making organic fertilizers. Place the orchid in a cool, well-lit spot. For the best results, place the orchid in a cool, well-lit location. Light is crucial for the orchid's photosynthesis, giving it the nutrients and energy it needs to grow and bloom. However, avoid direct exposure to intense sunlight, as it may scorch the leaves or reduce the necessary humidity. The results: healthy orchids with beautiful blooms. By following these steps, you'll see that your orchid grows vigorously, with sturdy, healthy leaves that are more resistant to pests and diseases. The roots will stay healthy without rotting, thanks to the drainage in the recycled pot, while still keeping enough moisture to prevent wilting. One of the most special benefits of this method is the long-lasting bloom. With the right care, your orchid can stay in bloom for up to a year without wilting. This is why many orchid enthusiasts love and use this approach. Benefits of recycling plastic bottles for orchid growing. Not only does this method help your orchid grow beautifully, but recycling plastic bottles also brings other benefits. Reducing plastic waste. Reusing plastic bottles instead of discarding them reduces the amount of plastic waste in the environment. Saving money. You don't need to buy expensive pots. This recycle container works just as well for your orchids. Environmental contribution. This small action contributes to environmental protection, fostering a sense of ecological responsibility in your community. Adding unique style to your garden. Recycled plastic pots can bring your own personal style, adding a creative touch to your garden. Conclusion. Recycling plastic bottles for orchid growing is not only creative but also a sustainable method that benefits both the plants and the environment. If you're looking for a simple, effective way to care for your orchids while helping the environment, try this method today. Be sure to follow my channel for more orchid care tips. Thank you for watching, and I wish you great success with your orchid garden. The effects of instant coffee on orchids. Coffee is a favorite beverage for many, but did you know it can also be beneficial for plants, including orchids? For orchid enthusiasts, finding natural and effective methods for plant care is essential. One method that has gained popularity is using instant coffee as a supplement for orchids. But what exactly are the benefits of instant coffee for orchids, and how can it help them grow healthier and stronger? In this article, we'll explore the potential advantages of using instant coffee in orchid care. 1. Nutrients in instant coffee. Instant coffee contains small amounts of nutrients that can benefit plants. These include nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, and magnesium, all of which are important for plant growth. So nitrogen in particular is essential leaf and stem development, while potassium supports overall plant health and strengthens the plant's resistance to diseases. While instant coffee doesn't contain high levels of these nutrients, compared to traditional fertilizers, it can serve as a helpful supplement to orchid care. It shouldn't replace regular fertilization, but when used correctly, it can enhance the health and vitality of your orchids. One of the key benefits of instant coffee for orchids is its ability to provide a small amount of nitrogen. So nitrogen is crucial for photosynthesis, helping the plant convert sunlight into energy. For orchids, nitrogen promotes the development of lush leaves and strong stems, which are vital for the plant's overall growth. B. Potassium, strengthening resistance. Potassium is another important nutrient found in instant coffee. It helps orchids build resistance against diseases and environmental stress. By providing orchids with enough potassium, you can improve their overall health and help them fight off pests and diseases more effectively. 2. The role of caffeine in orchid care. So one key component of instant coffee is caffeine. While caffeine is known for boosting energy and alertness in humans, its effect on plants is different and somewhat complex. A. Caffeine and plant growth. So research on caffeine's effect on plants is still ongoing, but some studies suggest that caffeine may stimulate certain growth processes. For example, caffeine can enhance water uptake and improve photosynthesis in some plants. However, using too much caffeine can have the opposite effect, as it may interfere with the plant's ability to absorb water and nutrients properly. Because orchids are sensitive plants, it's important to use instant coffee in moderation to avoid any negative effects from caffeine. When used sparingly, the caffeine in instant coffee can help orchids grow stronger without causing harm. 3. How to use instant coffee on orchids. To reap the benefits of instant coffee for your orchids, it's important to apply it correctly. Here are some practical methods for using instant coffee as a part of your orchid care routine. Diluting instant coffee with water. The most common way to use instant coffee on orchids is to dilute it with water. Then mix a small amount of instant coffee, about 1 teaspoon per liter of water, to create a light coffee solution. Use this mixture to water the roots of your orchids. This allows the plants to absorb the nutrients without being overwhelmed by too much caffeine. 3. Applying coffee sparingly. Instant coffee should be used as an occasional supplement, not a replacement for regular fertilization. You can use the coffee mixture about once a month to avoid overfeeding your orchids with caffeine. This occasional boost provides nutrients without risking damage to the plant. While instant coffee can be beneficial for orchids, there are a few important things to consider when using it. Moderation is key. Orchids are sensitive plants, so it's crucial not to overuse instant coffee. Too much caffeine can harm the plant by affecting its ability to absorb water and nutrients. Stick to small amounts and use it only occasionally. Test before. Combined with other care methods, instant coffee should be seen as a supplement, not a replacement for other essential orchid care practices. Regular watering, proper lighting, and using a balanced orchid fertilizer are still necessary for maintaining a healthy orchid. Conclusion. Instant coffee, when used properly, can be a natural and effective way to enhance orchid care. It provides small amounts of important nutrients like nitrogen and potassium, and the caffeine in coffee can act as a natural insect repellent. By incorporating instant coffee into your orchid care routine, you can boost the health and vitality of your plants while also protecting them from pests. Tea water and its effects on orchids. Tea, or chi in Vietnamese, is a popular beverage around the world, not only in Vietnam. However, few people realize that tea water can be a beneficial natural fertilizer for orchids, helping these delicate plants grow healthier and enhancing the vibrancy of their leaves and roots. In this article, we'll explore how tea water impacts orchids, from the nutrients in tea to the best ways to use it effectively. 1. Nutritional components in tea water. Tea water contains many beneficial elements for plant growth, particularly for orchids. Here are some important components. Tannins. Tannins are natural compounds with antibacterial and antifungal properties, helping protect orchids from harmful bacteria and mold, which commonly affect orchids due to their humid growing environments. Caffeine. Caffeine not only stimulates plant growth, but also boosts photosynthesis, helping orchids absorb sunlight better and grow more robustly. Vitamins and minerals. Tea contains natural vitamins like vitamin C, vitamin minerals such as magnesium, potassium, and calcium, all of which contribute to the healthy growth of orchids. Amino acids. Certain amino acids in tea help strengthen the root system, promoting long and healthy root growth, which enhances nutrient absorption for the plant. 2. Benefits of tea water for orchids. Tea water is a favorite among orchid growers because it offers numerous benefits. Enhances leaf greenery and shine. Nutrients in tea, especially tannins and caffeine, improve leaf coloration, giving them a vibrant green and a smoother, glossy appearance. Stimulates strong root growth. Tea water contains compounds that encourage orchid root development, improving the plant's ability to absorb water and nutrients. Antibacterial and antifungal effects. Tannins' natural antibacterial and antifungal properties help protect orchids from common issues like mold and harmful bacteria. Supports long-lasting orchid blooms. Orchids nourished with tea water may produce more flowers with extended bloom times. 3. How to use tea water for orchids. To get the best results from tea water, it's essential to prepare and apply it correctly. 3.1. Preparing tea water. Choose green or fresh tea. Select green or fresh tea that doesn't contain additives or artificial flavors, ensuring safety for the plant. Dilute the tea. To avoid harming the orchid, dilute tea in a 10:1 ratio water to tea. Let the tea cool completely before using it. Use lukewarm water. For ideal results, keep tea water between 25-30 degrees C, as very hot or very cold water can shock the plant. 3.2. Applying tea water. Water on a schedule. Use tea water for orchids about 1 to 2 times per week, allowing the plant to absorb the nutrients gradually. Avoid flowers and buds. When watering, avoid directly applying tea water to the buds or flowers, as it may cause discoloration or premature wilting. Target the roots and base. Focus watering on the roots and base of the plant, where nutrient absorption is most effective. 3.3. Additional tips when using tea water. Avoid overuse. Excessive tannins and caffeine can stress the plant, leading to yellowing leaves or root damage. Don't use stale tea water. Tea water left sitting for too long can attract bacteria, potentially harming orchids. Fresh tea water, or using it within the day, is recommended. Combined with other methods, tea water is an excellent supplement, but shouldn't completely replace specialized orchid fertilizers. Pair it with organic fertilizers or orchid-specific fertilizers for optimal growth. 4. Research and real-life experiences. Many experienced orchid growers have experimented with using tea water and have observed positive results, according to some research and shared experiences. Increased disease resistance. Orchids watered with tea tend to be more resistant to mold and bacterial infections compared to plants not treated with tea. Enhanced growth. Orchids treated with tea water often grow faster and produce more flowers that last longer. Adaptability. In humid environments, tea water offers a practical way to keep orchids healthy and resilient. 5. Frequently asked questions. Question 1. Does tea water affect soil pH? Tea water has a mild acidity, but at a low concentration. It doesn't significantly alter the pH of the soil or orchid medium. However, excessive use may acidify the environment, potentially harming the plant. Question 2. Can I use tea leaves as a fertilizer? Used tea leaves are a good source of organic matter and can be mixed into the soil. However, ensure the leaves are rinsed well to avoid acidity or fermentation. Question 3. Should I stop using tea water in the winter? Orchids often go dormant in winter, so it's best to reduce tea water applications. Once a month is sufficient during this period to supply nutrients without overwhelming the plant. Conclusion. Using tea water for orchids is a natural, cost-effective care method that offers numerous benefits. However, the key is using it properly, from choosing the right type of tea, diluting it to a safe concentration, and applying it correctly. When used wisely, tea water helps orchids grow healthily, display vibrant leaves, and sustain beautiful, long-lasting blooms. With the knowledge and practical tips shared above, you'll have a great new method to care for your orchids, keeping them healthy, radiant, and blooming beautifully.